What's up? Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. Daily candle just closed. Crypto. Let's see what we got. Man, everything's still very flat, low volatility. We had a really good day before yesterday, so Thursday candle was nice. Friday candle was a bit of a hit. The PPI came out as an increase, so that was negative on markets. So we've seen a bit of a pullback there. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Hi. Got my webcam here. I don't know why it's gone all small like that. That's weird. 1 second. Back. That's better. Fixed it. So, let's get into it. Let me just turn down the music a little. Yeah, no doubt about it. It's what's it been since the FTX drop? So the low there. We're now a month post FTX, right? 31 days, 30 days, give or take. And there's definitely some kind of squeeze going on, you know, like we're squeezing up quite tight here. It's almost like a Nike tick. Just do it. Can't help but see like a potential rising wedge, which is bearish, right? It's a bearish pattern. I mean, I've probably drawn this up a million times, but I'll just do it up again. Something like this. I really like this. This trend line is really clean. Beautiful. Now the top side's a bit more like, it's not as obvious, I suppose. Maybe it's something like that. I mean, that seems to line up okay with those. These wicks here seem to obey the trend starting from this point back here. So that might be confluent enough. But there's no doubt about the bottom side. Like, there's a very clean and clear outlook in that case. Yo, good evening. I wonder if are you Yo from B's Discord channel? Yo. So you can see the PPI wick or candle is that red one with the really high upper wick and really low bottom wick. In the broader picture, it's not there's not much movement there. Like, it's still very tight volatility. There's we have CPI coming up in a couple of days. Now let me just share the link to the stream so that people know where to tune in. A sec. Share this on Twitter. Put some hashtags in there, like hashtag BTC, hashtag crypto. What other good hashtags are there? Like XRP, hashtag DOGE, hashtag Matic, hashtag Polygon Network. That should do. That's enough tagging. Get that out. We'll see if anything. See if that picks up the view account. Jump across to everyone. Discord. That's the word. Had a mental blank there. December 10. It's just a standard crypto watch. I haven't got really a theme for the stream here, but there's still enough to talk about. I think still we've had the PPI, right, and Bitcoin seemingly has found some form of short-term support, and it's trying to establish itself to get back into the range. It's been rejected. You can see this was our old rectangle that we were in yesterday, and we've since broken back below it, and we're finding resistance on it now. So it's done a bit of an SR flip there. Let me go down to the short time frame, the 5-minute. Swing failure pattern right there. So this wick down here. It's the gray. Grab liquidity. Shift back up again. Same on the top side, maybe. Let's have a look. Depending where you pull that high from. Yeah, I just think, obviously, the market's still settling down after that report, that PPI report. I'll just go back over what those results were so that you can see the impact that it had. Let me turn it on dark reader. There we go. So PPI, forecast was 0.2%. It came in at a 0.4. So that's up by 0.4 because the previous report was 0. And now we've got a 0.4, so that's up 0.4. And then this reading previous was 0.2%. Current is 0.3, so it's gone up 0.1. Now I think, so core, the way that core differs from just regular PPI, producer price index, why traders care. It's a leading indicator of consumer inflation. When producers charge more for goods and services, the higher costs are usually passed on to the consumer. So it could be like a little bit of a foreshadowing that there might be a bump up, or maybe less of a hit on inflation, because we've been pulling inflation down as of the last CPI report. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's insanely bad to only go up 0.1% on PPI. It's not the end of the world. Like sometimes we go up by 0.2%, or like, you know, what's that? 0.3. Wow, this was a big deal. August 11, forecast was 0.2. It came in minus 0.5. Like that's a big difference there. So the last one, the November one, was good. It was an undershoot. But yeah, a 1.1% difference off the forecast. That's very severe. Oh wait, sorry, that's not the, yeah, my bad. You see it. That's a very big change from the July reading to the August reading there. From up 1.1% to down 0.5%. Anyway, let's go back to... Okay, we've finally got our CPI forecast. Look at this. They're thinking we're going to pull in a 7.3% come Tuesday. So less than a week away now. Like, let's see, Tuesday, so that's 1, 2, only 3 days to go. 3 days to go until CPI release. So that's good. They're forecasting that inflation should be down. So that's a good forecast. That's positive. Let's go to trading economics because you can really see it. Inflation rate. We'll go to the United States. So they're forecasting a 7 point, what was it? A 7.3. So that'll be down like here. That'll be an excellent result if we go down there. And we'll see what the Fed does with the funds rate in the following day or two. More Twitter docs being released, yeah. Good to see you on board, DC Woodworking. Good evening to you, sir. RC, how you doing? Let's Mars. Sarah, what's happening? Inaya Plays asks, Rick, how come you're never on Tame's channel? I'm running my own channel. That's pretty much why. But yeah, there's a long story behind all that, so I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, I have no hard feelings of anyone in the community, by the way. So like, yeah, live and let live is the motto to live by. Yeah, this is okay. We are, I think, potentially the forecast coming out as an improvement on inflation. So inflation forecast to be still continuing down, that's optimistic, and maybe that is what has slowed this this fallout from the PPI results. We've seemingly, double bottomed here for now. We'll see if it can, let's see what happens. But these are the lines to be looking at. Less so this one, more so this one. I'll make it a bit bolder. This is an SR line, so support resistance. Old rectangle becoming new resistance. And then, yeah, this wick, this price action that happened right before CPI was very interesting. Like, it punched up all the way up to, what was it, 17,360. There's no real, I don't know what it hit as to why it stopped there. Like, what level did it hit? No idea. Let me bring up a horizontal. We'll see. I think I did this last night. We were looking at where it pulled up and like if it hit any kind of major resistance levels. It came close to striking the June low. It didn't quite get there though. What's up, Honest? How you doing? Stay F, one of the OGs. I'm gonna turn this light down a touch. It's a bit bright. I think my webcam light adjusts anyway, like automatically. So we have, just on the 4 hour here, it looks like we might have 1 second, I'll be back. 1 second. Alright, sorry about that, I'm back. What was I talking about? So the retracement here of PPI. Oh, that's right, we were talking about this resistance level, trying to figure out where it came from. Like, why did it pull up where it did? No real evidence of why. I mean, if we go all the way back to 2020, yeah, I think that's way too far back to sort of get any bearing. But yeah, in recent price action history, there's no huge pivot points off that white line. Probably just, it was a timing thing, you know? Or an order book thing, like where there was enough supply to meet the demand of that move up. Let's have a look here. We've got yesterday's candle almost ended up sort of being a hammer, you can see. I mean, you know, the previous 4 hour candle. will that be enough to get us to move back up into this? We want to get back up into this rectangle, you know? We'll see, we'll see. So far, so good. We're coming back up. I mean, it could be a rejection again. This trend line has proven to be quite tough so far, this resistance line. So, support here. Resistance, resistance. Yeah, don't count on it breaking out just yet. You know, it could be an opportunity to enter a short even. We'll see. So jump down to the 1 minute chart just so we can follow this this current move up. It's a very strong move. It's not weak by any means. It's a fast move. It's only taken a couple of minutes to get up there. So yeah, our family cat has been unwell for like a few days now and not eating food, that kind of thing. So we think that she ate some kind of bug or insect, and yeah, she's been like throwing up, had diarrhea, that kind of thing. And yeah, took her to the vet, and it turns out she had an acute kidney infection. So, but she's gonna be okay. She's had I think, yeah, an expensive visit to the vet. Poor thing. But yeah, she'll be okay. $1,000 vet bill. But it's worth it. She's a beloved pet in the family, so. Anyway, let's see what we got going on here. We've got there might be, this is early, but, and you know, we are down on the 1 minute chart, but is there some kind of trend here? Let's go from here. I mean, this trend here to here is a bit sharp, but the one that comes in and picks up these lines here, yeah, it's something like that. You can see the bulls really want to pick it up. You know, there's been a couple of attempts to break it, this magic line. There we go, it just popped. Is there going to be enough demand to drive it up? Or is it going to be some kind of bull trap? So be careful here, don't count on anything. So far so good though. Hey, there we go. That's a nice move up. I guess the major zone to get above, we need to break through this cloud of resistance. It's kind of there, I would say. Something like that. Bit of a, yeah, maybe more like this. Bit of a supply zone. Big quote unquote order block through here. You can see it's already having an effect, like people starting to open shorts or take profit off this move. We'll see. I mean, one play would be, let me get a horizontal going across here. Pick out that high there. See how candles behave at that level, if it even gets up here. And then if it's only a wick, you could, you know, potentially open a short and set the stop loss above the, you know, above the previous swing high. But yeah, it really depends, like, because there's so many points here. There's so many, like, highs that could be, you know, that could be being used by the market makers. There's a whole series of them. There's those two, there's this one here. And this could be the swing failure. Yeah. So yeah, a short from that area would have been okay, I think. And then have stop loss set just above this wick. And then see how you go. Because yeah, this could potentially, you know, cascade down as well. Which is profitable as a trade, as a scalp, right? So I got a few indicators in here to check out. Let me turn off the drawings because, okay, this is called fluid trades. And this basically draws out the supply and demand levels. So yeah, we've just hit a supply level. You see that? Look at that reaction off this supply zone. We've bounced off a demand zone here. So this is like, you know, where a lot, like I guess an order block. So these essentially are order blocks. What's up, buddy? Buddy Langford. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame here. So 15-minute is sort of like, it filters out a lot of that smaller noise. Go back to the 5-minute, we get a bit more detail on the recent price history. So yeah, there is an order block that we've just been rejected by, you know, so far. Other Q trend. So this is sort of like a signal giver, a sell and a buy, strong buy, strong sell off that. Yeah. I don't tend to use these too much. These signal indicators, but let's mute that one, turn on Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. There's a strong high there. These are fair value gaps. Shout out to Trago for getting me onto this indicator. He's been looking at smart money concepts or inner circle trading, which is basically, you know, whales. You know, the market makers. They pretty much dictate in the short term where things are headed and how the price behaves. So it's good to trade with them in mind, you know. So this is a fair value gap. Now with fair value gaps, the theory is that price is likely to come and fill those gaps. That's the theory behind it. So in the next, you know, hour or so, potentially we'll see some price movement down into these gaps. And once those gaps are filled, maybe then it swings back up. But yeah, I've got a lot of research to do, a lot of education to go over as far as these smart money concepts. So we'll see if, so here we go. Price has come back into this fair value gap now. At least beginning to. Be right back. Right, I'm back. Let me show you my setup. I've set up. I think I've probably shown you guys a couple of times already. But I'm just gonna grab my camera here. It's probably a limited range of motion. I have to turn off the filter, the background removal. Okay, here we go. And there's a color filter as well. Let me disable that. So there's the cat. She's down there just chilling out. Her name's Cherry. Cherry. Typical cat. She just ignores you. But yeah, she's doing all right. So I bought this sheet set. That's the closest I could get to green, but that's my green screen right there. And I've got a couple of like these like tripod stand things that are. This is kind of a limited range of motion here. But yeah, just got it like hanging up there. And I bought this light to try and fix the keying of my on my webcam, so that keys out the background basically. Yeah, this is my setup. Turn this back around. Turn this off for a sec. Rig it back up. MCDX Smart Money was the one I liked. Okay. That's cool. So it looks like we filled that gap. I'm gonna maybe fill this gap down here. There is a smaller gap over here. Let's fix the light there. That's better. So we've got a gap, okay, a red gap on the top. I haven't seen one of those yet. Maybe when price fills that, it disappears. See how it partially filled some of that gap, and it made the box go narrower. Interesting. So this box theoretically now should narrow down because price has come into it. Let's see. This could be like a support resistance situation here. So resistance being here, support being there. Notice how in the last couple of streams I haven't been using oscillators at all. So no RSIs, no, cipher indicators, anything like that. This has all been purely support, resistance, and order blocks with like a mix of some trend lines here and there. So it kind of shows you don't need all of the indicators under the sun to do analysis. There's Trago, Tech Jungle. How you doing, man? Hope you're well. Looks like we're coming down to fill this this gap potentially here, this fair value gap. Trago's the man. He's the one that came across this indicator. He shared his settings with me, so I was able to get it set up to how he views it. But yeah, it looks like we've got there's a red gap above us as well, so it's, but you know, mind you, we are down on the 5 minutes, so you're not going to get a whole lot of perspective on the higher time frame. But yeah, we've got a nice getting squeezed between the two right now. It's sort of price is deciding where it wants to go. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Let's go to the 1 hour and see what gaps we're dealing with. Okay, there's a whole lot of value gap still to sort of, you know, figure out. We may come and fill all of these gaps. These smaller ones, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, we're currently in a massive block caused by this vector candle, this huge candle that came up the other day. But yeah, I guess for a market to move, it's healthy for it to come back and test, you know, previous zones that haven't been back tested or filled. And that's the whole concept behind these fair value gaps, is like that price is going to come back through there and back test it to see what's going to hold as support, that kind of thing. And, you know, fill orders that didn't get filled, that kind of thing. This is what's new. 8th of April, 2 contract. To let you always stay informed about a futures contract status, we've added an icon to the chart that shows the contract's expiration date. Do your thing and we'll make sure you don't miss anything. That's interesting. That's cool. I wonder what that's all about. Ah, okay. It's got a little like hourglass symbol. But I'm guessing you might have to turn it on. You can enable, disable the display of expiration icon in the chart settings on events tab. Okay, events. Cool. Let's do that. Let's close this. Right click, settings, events, economic events on the chart. Only future events, event breaks. Okay. Let's just see, go out on the daily perhaps. Let me like hide this so we can see it. Is there any contracts coming up? Maybe it's not working for crypto. I don't know. Is there something I have to do in here? No, it's time zones and things. Anyway, that's cool though that they added that in. Let me go back down to the 15-minute chart. So I don't know if you saw this or if you're still here, Trago. There's another indicator called Fluid Trades, and try BTC1. Okay, yeah, I'll check that. But this has supply demand drawn out. So these are kind of like order blocks, I suppose. And if let me hide the drawings there. So I don't know. Maybe you showed me this one. I don't know. It might have been in a video that I was watching last night, but yeah, it's got these. You know, it gives you the break of structure. I think there's change of character in this as well. Maybe. No, I think it's all break of structure labels. If I go into the actual indicator, break of structure, point of interest, I'm thinking maybe. Yeah. Wait, that's cool. Let me go out to the daily and see what we're working with. So we've, on the daily chart, you know, there's the FTX drawdown. We've bounced off a seemingly a demand zone, and we're very slowly trying to rally up, but there's not a lot of commitment behind either direction at the moment. It's very flat. I guess we're all waiting on the fence until potentially CPI. Maybe CPI will get the ball rolling. So not long to wait now. It's a double whammy. We get CPI, then we get the interest rate decision a couple of days after that, or a day after that. It'd be interesting to know whether they change their interest rate decision last minute. Like if CPI comes out, you know, like unexpectedly good or bad, like off if it's off forecast, it'd be interesting to see if they make like an ad hoc decision. Oh, okay, let's back off on the interest rate hike this time because CPI came out really good. Or let's go in harder because inflation took another leg up. I don't know. And there's another thing that I'd like to know is, does the Fed know what the figure's going to be before the release, like the CPI data release? Do they have like a lot more visibility on that kind of information? Surely they would. I'm guessing they would. I mean, the closest thing we come to that is trueflation.com. This is like day-to-day inflation figures. So we're down to 6% inflation on Trueflation, right? Obviously, the government inflation figures are a month looking back. So they look a month back. Yeah, man, no worries. Yeah, it's a pretty good indicator, huh? Fluid trades and it's like, I'll show you the video. I'll link the video in the chat to what got me onto that indicator. It's probably a channel that you know of. Let me just go to my history here. Yeah, you know the channel Trade IQ? It's a part of this video. So this video has
you will learn
a number of other indicators, like he uses money flow index oscillator along with but yeah, check that video out. It's got all of the information. And that's how I came across this fluid trades indicator with supply and demand zones. But yeah, he's basically stating that he's got a pretty decent win rate. I think 84% off that strategy. Oops. Just go back here. I can't open links off my chat. I don't want to break the stream. Anyway, yeah, it's got a nice win rate in there. Check it out. That channel is really good too. Like the whole channel analyzes a lot of different strategies and indicators. So yeah, they're basically boasting an 84% real win rate because he back tested it 100 times. So on 100 trades. And I think if you go to the results of that video at the very end, consecutive wins 14, consecutive losses only 2. That's pretty good. That's really good. That's yeah, 84% win rate, 439% P&L, over 100 trades. So a profit of, so he uses $100 in the back test. $100, 100 trades, 84% win rate, $439 profit, 84 wins, 16 losses. That's big. It's a big win rate. But yeah, check that video out. I'll stop harping on about it. Yeah, oscillators, I mean, they have their place, but I don't feel like they have as strong a bearing on what's going on as things like these supply demand and like support resistance indicators, you know? Market structure is vital, like it is fundamental, I guess, you know? Oscillators are just like a ballpark of what the sort of temperature is with the market, I suppose. It doesn't actually provide resistance and support at all. It's just like a speedometer or a tachometer in your car. You know, what's really driving the speed in your car is the gas and the brake, right? Your activity. So yeah, oscillators are kind of like just dials that are reading what's happening based off your input. So yeah, maybe market structure, support resistance, that is the core, the fundamental concept of where you should start, I believe, with technical analysis. That's start there, and then then obviously when you have that down pat, you can look at other things just to get confluence. But yeah, support, resistance, and trend lines, and trying to identify order blocks and gaps. That seems to be very powerful. But hey, look, we're heading into the weekend, and you know what that means. Things are going to get flat and boring. Not that they haven't been boring and flat already. It's, yeah, we've been very starved for volatility lately, and yeah, not a whole lot's happening with price at the moment. So use this time to research, you know, these smart money concepts. You know, that's what I'm going to be doing over the weekend, is basically like trying to pick up a little bit more understanding of what to do, what to look for. I think I've got the basics down pat, but you know, when you've identified these areas of demand, supply and demand, right? You go long, like the basic principle is long at support, say sup, and short at, I mean, this is the most basic, and everyone knows this, short at resistance, yeah? I mean, unless you're doing breakout trades, which is kind of risky if you ask me. I feel like price obeys support and resistance unless proven otherwise, but I feel like, yeah, especially if things aren't explosive, like if volume's relatively low, like especially over the weekend, yeah, you're gonna get price respecting support and resistance because there's just no volume to break them. There's not enough influence in the price to break them. So we might not see supports and resistance broken until, say, Tuesday when we get the CPI thing happening, yeah? Good example was, you know, PPI that just came out only hours ago. We were stuck in, let me go down to the 5-minute chart. As you all know, we were looking at this range. We were stuck in this range all day. So between here and say like down here, this was our rectangle. Wait, let me get an actual rectangle. This would be better to explain it. We were caught in this range here before the PPI data release, yeah? Data release came out and we finally broke that rectangle to the upside and to the downside. So until something out there is a catalyst to break out of a structure, price will just stay inside a structure most likely, yeah? So especially into the weekend, as we are right now going into a weekend, I betcha, I mean, I don't know about bet, but let's see how, this is my theory on what's going to happen here this weekend. I think we're going to obey this structure right here, this rectangle, for the next 48 hours. However long that is. Let's see, Monday. There's Monday, 12 o'clock. Okay. There's a strong likelihood that we do this. We stay in this rectangle for the weekend. You know? Could be wrong, but that's my theory. I'm going to leave that rectangle there. Maybe I'll lighten it up a bit so that I can see through it. Bring that opacity down a bit. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That could happen. Alright, let's turn that indicator back on. And you know, even the indicator has that drawn out too, right? It's got the demand and the supply at the top. Demand at the bottom, supply at the top. Support at the bottom, resistance at the top. You know, this could potentially be a good grid trading opportunity over the weekend. You know, turn your grid bots on over the weekend because it gets real flat. Wait, no 14k BTC tonight? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. You never say never, but the likelihood, I don't think. Yeah. Hasi says, the wick and price rejections on the candles can tell you how strong the support is. Yeah. Mete Kaplan has a great playlist that goes in depth with price action trading. Yeah, he puts market structure break at the top of his trading strategy. Yes. See, am I right? The wick and price rejections on the candles can tell you how strong the support. Yeah, it's basically, see right here, just as an example, right here was a very strong pivot of price off that wick, yeah? So you draw a horizontal line of resistance, and yes, we wicked, and you could have opened a short there and rode that short, you know, down to the previous pivot point, which is down here, the so-called demand zone. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin, the volatility is fairly low, so you might have to use leverage to amp it up a bit. But yeah, 0.22% is not bad. It's, you know, you take what you can get. It's better than making no money. Some money's better than nothing. Yeah, bears are comfortable with high 16s. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's been interesting to see. Like, it's noteworthy to see that we did not break below $17,000 off the back of the CPI information. 17 being right here, 17k. We're still well above 17k. Make that real thick so we can see it. Yeah, still well above. Very clean pivot off it right there. See that? But yeah, at least for now, we seem to be on top of things. There is an overall rising wedge that you have to be mindful of, which is a typical bearish chart pattern. So we're dealing with that. Delete that one. Yes. Anyway, I guess over the next couple of days, I think they're going to be, volume's going to be relatively low compared to the, the weekdays that we've had with the influence from the S&P. By the way, the S&P had a dramatically down day off the back of the PPI release. It hasn't made any new lows compared to the previous few days, but yeah, definitely a negative effect on price. It was going up in a rising wedge itself as well. I mean, this is when we got that really good CPI report, the previous report, right, in November, and we got a nice rally off that. But it's met resistance at that big old trend line coming in from the all-time high here. We've got many bounces off that, many rejections, and we're either, it seemed like we were dealing with at the time a falling megaphone, a falling broadening wedge, but then these points here, there's a change in structure here. We're no longer doing that, and we seem to be doing this more now, which is a falling wedge, which is actually a bullish pattern. So the overall falling wedge, I've made this line here gray. Like I've tried to reduce its importance on the chart, because I think, yeah, this structure seems to be a lot more important. I'm going to brighten that up a bit. Oh, it is already okay. Yeah, so that falling wedge right there. Let's go out to the daily. So yeah, a rising wedge, bearish pattern in an overall bullish structure, like the macro view here. So yeah, I can certainly see the potential, we could see another leg down, find support off the bottom of the wedge here, and then rally up again, and then maybe that's where we get the break. Let's see if this quote-unquote Santa rally is enough to get us to punch through even sooner, like here. That will be interesting to see if we're able to do that. The forecast is positive for markets off CPI, and we'll see. And we know that Jerome Powell said that they may ease off on the hawkishness, and I think that was here. See that really green candle there? That was when that happened, when the meeting minutes. So 30th of November. Let me check the calendar. What happened on the 30th of November? Is it where Jerome Powell spoke? No, he spoke a bit earlier. Oh, maybe it was a couple of weeks ago now. See it. Am I imagining things? I swear he spoke recently. Meeting minutes, FOMC. Somewhere in here, Jerome Powell spoke. Let me do a word search. I think it's Control F. Powell. There it is. Fed Chair Powell speaks 1st of December. Yes. Okay. So there we go. There we have it. I was looking for the word Jerome. That's why I missed this bit. But Fed Chair Powell speaks, and during that he was hinting that they might ease off on the rate hikes a bit on the next decision. So that was on the 1st of December. He said that, 4:30 a.m. 1st of December, 4:30 a.m. 1st of December. Yeah, okay, maybe it was this candle here. Yeah, there it is. That's the Powell candle. And then go back out to the daily. Yeah, it was. Sorry, yes, it was that. It was that candle. Cool. So, you know, even though we had a slightly bad EPI result, I don't think it's gonna cause too much chaos. I think we're still looking optimistic heading into CPI. And look, what's happening on Bitcoin right now? We're still in somewhat of a very short-term uptrend here. We've got a series of higher lows. So we've got a low here, a low here, low, 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 low. So these are all higher lows. That's our uptrend structure. Until that breaks, it's looking okay. So we might get another visit of this resistance level here. If I turn that indicator back on, fluid trades, let me expand the chart a little. So we're down on the 5-minute. Let me hide the lines. Yeah, let's see how this supply zone gets treated. Probably going to wrap the stream up shortly, but yeah, this will be interesting to see what happens at this supply zone here. My posture is terrible. I'm like hunched over. Got to sit up straighter. You're welcome, Hasia. Hopefully these streams have been useful. I want to try and make them as you know, useful as possible. These streams. I can't think of the word. Useful's the best I got. Beneficial? Yeah, that's another word. Educational, yeah. See, I'm learning just as much as you guys. So I'm no expert. I don't claim to be a guru or anything like that. I've only been involved in the space for a couple of years. So yeah, I'm still very much learning, very much a student of technical analysis and trading especially. Yeah, but that's what it's all about. This channel's all about learning and trying to figure it out and sharing ideas with you guys, and then you guys can share your ideas with me, and we can just try and get better together. We can all try and get better and get profitable. That's the point. Yeah, the coffee house music, yeah. You're welcome. And guys, if I'm sure all of you, there's 15 of you guys watching now, but I'm sure you guys are aware of the other channel out there, Be Crypto Live. He's got a Discord that's got a lot of members in there that know what they're doing. Like they're definitely onto stuff. Like, you know, the members in there put me onto this, like paying attention to especially Trago, of the smart money concepts, and you know, areas of support and resistance, and supply, demand, and that good stuff. And shout out to Ocean Deep. He's a really good trader as well. He's always consistently putting in. He does that thing where you can share the results of a trade that you're in, and his are always looking really good. So he's onto something too. And they've developed. They've been looking at a pattern that they've identified many times over that seems to be profitable to trade. A roux pattern. So like basically looks like a kangaroo. I'm not going to try and explain it, but the idea is that it's an opportunity to open a short on a roux, and then if you have an inverted roux, maybe that's an opportunity to take a long position. But yeah, maybe we'll sort of talk about that if they feel like coming on, and I can like screen share, they can show. But I think that they're still I don't know what stage they're at with it, but whether they've perfected it down to an art or whether they're still working on it. But yeah, it's cool to see that they've certainly got their targets set up with it. They've got points that they target, like a take profit. They've got a point of invalidation. So if the price moves past a certain point, that it invalidates the pattern, so they know when to get out. Yeah, it's really cool. And then there's Turbo. Shout out to Turbo J. He's been developing his like cat pattern system for many months. He's got other patterns as well. I think there's a bat. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see like people trying to make sense of the market through their own lens. Very good. Yeah, look at that. We've managed to get up into the supply zone so far, but you can just see like how we might get a rejection here. We'll see. Sarah's off. Good night, Sarah. Sleep well. Friday night, Saturday tomorrow for you guys. Saturday, Sunday, good time to brush up on just learning things, or even catching up with doing non-crypto things, getting off the computer. Go spend time with your family. Go do something fun. Monday will be there when you get back. The markets will be here when you get back. Yeah, look at that. It's showing signs that it's finding resistance here. So I guess the idea here, now that we've got that rejection here, let's do a bit of a hypothetical. Let's short right where we identified that. I'll make it a red line. So open short here. I mean, this could get stopped out because our stop loss is going to be here, or a fraction above that previous swing high. That will be our stop loss. I don't know. We'll see. It's not looking good now. See, as soon as I draw lines on the chart, someone's watching. Maybe a market maker is watching this stream and trying to prove me wrong. But hey, we're still in this hypothetical short. Haven't been stopped out yet. Okay, this is a great example of why you shouldn't trade against the trend. Because currently we are in an uptrend, right? This has all the hallmarks of an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. Mainly the higher lows, yeah. So this is risky. Taking a short in an uptrend, it is a risky play, but it can, you can still work it. But it's safer. The point is, it's safer to look for longs in an uptrend. So, yeah, proceed at your own risk. Having said that, though, like, yeah, there's still enough resistance here where this, yeah, I don't know. We'll just see, let the chart do the talking. I'll stop. I'll stop commentating it. Night, buddy. Are you going there to bees now? I will once this stream's over. Like when I've finished the stream up, I'll pop back into bees Discord there and catch up with everyone. Yeah. Night, Sarah. Love you too. Yeah, okay. We're still figuring ourselves out here. The market's still figuring out where it wants to go. All right, here we go. The bulls seem to be in control, at least for the short term here. Let's see if we get another pullback. Okay, we're in profit on the hypothetical trade. We didn't get stopped out. Fair value gap on the 1 minute. Yeah. Yeah, look at all that. Look at all those gaps on the 1 minute. So this short could work out. I mean, let me just hide that other indicator. There's our stop loss just above the high. So hey, look, it seems like we might be onto something here with a strategy. We opened a short hypothetically. We're in profit right now. We've created a bit of a gap, but anyway, it looks like price is gunning toward these gaps down here potentially. So this could turn out to be a nice little example of how to trade these lines of support and resistance. 0.04%. Yeah, you'd really want to amplify that with some leverage to make it worthwhile, but yeah. It is kind of like trying to draw blood from a stone. Trading on the weekend in low volatility. Geez, it's moving all over the place here. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up, and you know, this little hypothetical trade went into profit. Cool. I think it went 1-to-1 so far, risk to reward. So if we took reward there, that would have been a 1-to-1. You want to aim for higher than 1-to-1. You know, maybe get this down to 1.5. So like down through this fair value gap down here. We're still good. We're still looking all right. It's in profit. This little short that we're in. You know, maybe targeting somewhere in this gap, this green box would be the way to go. I'm just going to let this play out. Turn the music up. About to hit, well, we came pretty close so far. Hasn't quite hit that profit target just yet. So fair value gaps again. Alright, it looks like we're about to get hit. Oh. It's teasing us. This is like the story of my life with trading. Whenever it came so close on that push. Look at this candle. Far out. Maybe 1.5 is a little ambitious in when you're trading against trend, you know? Maybe I should make that a rule. When you're trading against trend, your ratio should be adjusted accordingly. Maybe a 1.2, just so that you're sort of covering your ass a bit. Or maybe it can be a bit more aggressive. Maybe a 1.3. But anyway, trading against trend is not advisable. But hey, the move still did its thing. Like, it still played out. Can you see that it was potentially like a bit of a swing failure below this support here? Liquidity grab. That pivot right there, which marries up to this one maybe. Yeah. Bit of an SR flip there. Double bottom. There's the first. And remember, this is the 1 minute chart. This is very micro trading. This is scalping in a nutshell. I guess, yeah. When you're scalping and profit presents itself, take the profit. There's nothing wrong with that. Just take it and then look for the next opportunity, perhaps. But yeah, you can take this strategy that I just drew up to a higher time frame and play it over a longer swing and make some decent get some decent performance out of it, especially on a good day, like when the market's moving. Because right now it's really not doing anything. It's the weekend. Trading over the weekend is it almost feels like a bit of a waste of time. I think your time's better invested in doing some research and looking up strategies and, you know, technical analysis, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Anyway, yeah, that's a really bizarre kick back up to when we had our take profit only. What was it? Let's measure the distance. Okay, so there, down to here. Wow, price only moved 29 cents away. So we were 29 cents too ambitious with that target. There you go. Anyway, it is probably better looking for longs in this uptrend because we've got a series of higher lows here. Look for the longs. That'll probably be a lot more effective. I'm pretty sure this is looking likely that it's going to get stopped out, this trade, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think you want to go for trades that have a risk to reward of at least 1.5 to make it worth your while. Anything lower than that, like 1-to-1s, yeah, you're almost wasting your time there. You want to have your risk to reward set up in such a way that you're going to make more profit on a win. And when you get stopped out of a trade, you're only going to take a smaller portion as a loss. So over time, when you repeat that over time, the idea is that you're going to have an edge with your risk management set up in that way. 1000% on spending the weekends rolling in the mud, deep diving into market structure and reviewing the previous week's entries. Yeah, man, that's it. Exactly. Strengthen your analysis skill. You want to strengthen that skill. It's a skill that you need to get a handle on, so that when it comes time to actually trading good movements, you know what to do. You know what to look for. And it's going to pay off in the long run, and if you practice it, if you take this skill and you use it frequently, it's going to become second nature, and you'll know, that it's just going to be a money maker. So yeah, it's definitely worth spending that time, investing that time into research and learning. Perfect time to do it. It's the weekend, not to mention we're in a bear market. So, and if I just hide all this, let me zoom out to the daily. I mean, comparatively, look how flat the market is right now. It's just so flat. Like after that FTX thing, like that was a nice bit of volatility there, but yeah, comparatively to the rest of the market here, like, yeah, we are flattening. It's sort of coming back to sort of this kind of temperature, where things are getting cold. Crypto winter, so to speak. Let's go back down. 1 minute. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Thanks a hell of a lot, guys, for tuning in and showing your support. This little hypothetical trade's about to get stopped out, I think, maybe. Likely story. And yeah, I'll catch you for the daily close of this current daily candle. So that's about what, 22 and a half hours from now. And we'll see. The likely result of that is that Saturday was flat. I just want to see something happen here. I want to see it either get stopped out or go down into the take profit. What's up, Jack? Just about to wrap the stream up. This stream will be up on the channel if you want to check it out. But other than that, yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot to talk about, really. Sort of just been trying to draw blood from a stone here by taking a little hypothetical short position in seemingly an uptrend. Got to be careful with these uptrends. It hasn't stopped out and it hasn't hit our target yet, but we came very close on this approach here. Came very close to taking profit. We opened the trade somewhere here, I think. And we were looking good. We were looking good. And then all of a sudden, bang, all stepped in and bought it up. So, just tracing back a few minutes here, the smart thing to do when a trade does go into profit, you can bring your stop loss either to break even or slightly ahead of your entry, and that way at least it'll yeah, it'll it'll take you out of this time waster of a trade. You can get liquid again, and you can go look for the next opportunity. But yeah, trading over the weekend. This is it in a nutshell. It's very slow, very boring, low performance. Anyway, guys, this could chop sideways for like another 3 hours. Who knows? So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Inconclusive so far, this little trade. I'm going to draw a box around it so we can come back to it on the next stream. And we'll see what happened. Something to look forward to, hey? There's our little box. I'm gonna draw it pink. Just so that we can remember where it lived. Come back to it and see the result. Oh, we might be getting a result right now, to be honest. I'll give it a couple of minutes. But yeah, I was gonna wrap this stream up about 20 minutes ago. It's like the bears are back in control. We're finally gonna get that take profit. Come on. Or is it gonna be another higher low? Painful. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna wrap it up here. We'll get our answer whether it got stopped out or whether it took profit by the next stream. Thanks, Trago. Thanks, my dude. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right. Take care. Bye.